Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
What's that, boy? Dad! Over there! Is that a Yeti?
It's just his hair, son. At last! Saved after all these years! Stuck up this cursed mountain, licking moss with only a crow for a friend. How'd you find me?
Just walking the dog. Need a lift back down?
Room for a crow?
Adventures never far with the Land Rover Discovery Sport. Now £339 per month on Land Rover personal contract hire.
Oh, heated seats.
Land Rover. Above and beyond.
Initial rental £4,068. 48th month term. Subject status. 8,000 miles per annum. Conditions apply. Offer ends 31st of March. Participating retailers only. Such Land Rover offers.
In our ever-changing, fast-paced lives, in the digital landscape, it can sometimes be tricky to stay ahead in our careers. That's why this week I'm taking us back to the basics. What is communication and why is it so darn important? I'm Kari Watt. I'm a communication specialist, speaker and writer. And I'm here to be your digital coach, where I give you guidance on how to communicate better in your career and relationships, or on anything you want to ask me. Because communication is my thing, I want to see you become a better communicator, no matter where you are in the world, how old you are, or what you do for a living. Now, if you're new to my podcast, please subscribe to encourage that I'm actually making a positive influence. And if you're not new and haven't subscribed, come on now, what are you doing? Can you help a girl out? Well, communication is the process of sending and receiving information amongst people. We communicate person to person by having a conversation, by talking, by speaking to each other. And we also communicate by sending information via text messages, social media chats and emails. But let's not forget the printed mediums such as books, magazines, newspapers, etc. You can even read these now via an app on your smart device. To me, the significance of communication is just as important as breathing. Communication helps to spread knowledge and information. For example, authors write books, right, to share their knowledge with the world. And coaches like myself share lessons or information like I'm doing now through podcasting or on YouTube. Friends or co-workers discuss ideas with each other. And companies exchange information with employees, industry and their customers. This sharing of knowledge and information process cannot function without communication. The foundation of good communication starts with how you frame your day. It's good to have the right frame of mind when you communicate. And I discuss this further in 9 ways to have a good day in podcast number 12 or on my YouTube channel video 2. So communication is the foundation of all human relationship. In the beginning, when strangers meet, they start talking to get to know each other. And then relationships are formed when they have more interaction and communication. Communicating helps people express their ideas and feelings. And at the same time, it helps us to understand emotions and the thoughts of others. As a result, we can develop affection or even hatred towards each other, whether either positive or negative relationships are created. Now that we've touched on what communication is, let's cover why communication is important.
On the Kari Cares podcast.
Communication builds and maintains healthy relationships. Now, relationships are built and can be maintained through positive encounters with others. At the same token, relationships can break up by having negative encounters. Did you know that to counteract a negative encounter, you have to have at least 5 positive ones with that person to cancel that negative one out? Communication is vital in every area of our lives. Without effective communication skills, it can be difficult to build and foster productive relationships, whether these are at work or at home. Communication facilitates innovation. Now, at work, when employees or your colleagues feel comfortable in openly communicating new ideas, cooperation and innovation will be at an all-time high. In addition, if employees are unable to convey their ideas due to limited communication skills, it's likely that the idea won't be implemented to its full potential. This is why brainstorming sessions are quite vital when you have a team or when you work with your colleagues. I have brainstorming sessions with a couple of colleagues over lunch, to get through ideas, and these are quite important. And I cover brainstorming sessions in Kari Cares podcast number 13 and on my YouTube channel, video number 4.
On the Kari Cares podcast.
Communication builds an effective team. If open communication within a work environment is encouraged, a more cohesive and effective team will emerge. Now, good communication within a team tends to boost morale. When employees feel they're well informed of a company's direction and vision, they'll feel more secure within their role. Regular internal communication can lead to an improved work ethic. When employees are reminded of achievements, they naturally feel like they're working towards a common goal. Now, there are 4 ways to build better relationships at work, and I cover this in podcast number 14 and in my YouTube video number 5, which is coming up. Communication helps to manage employees. This one's an interesting one. When a manager is an effective communicator, they will be more able to inform their employees of each person's roles and responsibilities and what is expected from them. There's nothing worse than having a manager that doesn't manage you. Good communication skills help managers provide constructive feedback to their team. This in turn builds better relationships and helps them understand personal goals that their employees may wish to work toward. Now, communication contributes to growth of its company through brand awareness and, in turn, its credibility. A lack of communication can lead to the collapse of any organization. Whilst this is a bold statement, without proper marketing collateral and communication internally and externally, most organizations will struggle to survive. Good communication can lead to productivity and helps to avoid unnecessary delays in the implementation of policies. And policies can be the foundation of mostly large company structures. However, if you are a small company or brand, you still need some policies in place for legal reasons, like your privacy policy or terms of use on your website. Communication ensures transparency. When you communicate well, both internally and externally, the organization will remain transparent. Now, this is really important in building trust in your brand, in your services, and also internally when it comes to trust that employees have in higher management. This means that when tough decisions need to be made, transparent leaders actually have an easier time explaining why. Now, developing your communication skills can help all aspects of your life, from your professional life to social gatherings and everything in between. The ability to communicate information accurately and clearly is a vital life skill and something that should not be overlooked. It's never too late to work on your communication skills, and by doing so, improve your quality of life. Professionally, if you're applying for jobs or looking for a promotion with your current employer, you will almost certainly need to demonstrate good communication skills. Communication skills are needed to speak appropriately with a wide variety of people whilst maintaining good eye contact. When you demonstrate a varied vocabulary and tailor your language to your audience, listen effectively, present your ideas appropriately, write clearly and concisely, and work well within a group. These are seen by recruiters and employers as essential skills, and it's something they look for. So let's recap what we've just learned. Communication is important because it builds and maintains healthy relationships. It facilitates innovation and brainstorming. It builds an effective team who want to work better together, including the brainstorming session. It helps to manage employees more effectively. It contributes to brand awareness growth and its credibility, and it ensures transparency with its leaders. As your career progresses, the importance of excellent communication skills increases. The ability to speak, listen, question, and write with clarity and conciseness are essential, especially if you want to become a manager or you are learning to be an emerging leader. Even if you don't want a career as such, it will help you develop healthy relationships with those that you care for the most. Now, isn't that something delicious to bite into? Thanks for listening. Please subscribe for some good vibes, and because it's free, give this away. Share it with friends or colleagues who could use a little help. Give it to them because they can listen to it privately, and it may significantly change the outcome of their lives. See you next time, because communication is my thing and now it's your thing. Well, I hope it's your thing. I hope it becomes your thing. Is it your thing?
On the Kari Cares podcast.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.